I mean, you really can't compare Germany and France or the UK. I mean, we discussed this once, that in the UK we tried also to take people because everybody wants to go to London, and actually it's very funny because last time we were talking that we don't compare the UK with Germany, but we compare London with Germany or London with, I mean, it's one city compared with other countries, and we try to take people to Birmingham, Manchester, whatever. Nobody wants to go there, and there are very interesting deals in these cities with good tenants, good leases, good buildings. In France, we have obviously, I mean, yeah, we buy in Lyon. It's getting more difficult already to go to Marseille or Lille, and there are some nice markets like Nantes, Toulouse, Bordeaux, but yeah, it's very difficult to attract people there. When in Germany, you have these top 6-7 cities, but also a bunch of other big cities, I mean more than 500,000 inhabitants, like Dortmund, like Köln, and one thing that is important in Germany that maybe people don't know so often is that you find, like in the UK, long leases. You find long leases like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, 30 years with government tenants. Yeah, it's fantastic. And you finance that very aggressively and you get a great return. Yeah, and also what is important is that when you look at the map of Germany, you have a lot of these smaller cities, which are still quite sizable. And you look at them and they're so wealthy. It's incredible. I mean, all these cities have each of them a few industries, and which make them extremely wealthy with a lot of purchase power. And so again, the economics for the time being are much more favorable when you look at the German market globally.
Possibly just to add one thing to it, if you look, for instance, at France and the CAC 40 and the CAC 40, and then think of where are the headquarters of the companies. I think the majority, I don't know exactly, is in Paris. The same holds if you look at London and the UK stock market. If you look at Germany, of the DAX companies, there's no headquarter in Berlin. There are 8 headquarters in the Munich area, and the rest are in smaller towns. So that gives a little bit of feeling why Germany is a complete different country structure. But also that comes with the challenge that you have a lot of different legal systems. As our CEO always tells you, we are a little Europe in ourselves because we have different legislation depending if you're in Hamburg or Munich or in Berlin. The transfer tax is different, other regulations are different. So it's not like you look at Germany like you look at the UK or France with something that is more similar. It's also a much more challenging way to look at Germany because you have to adapt to every city you're operating into. Even the smaller ones that offer opportunities because given the industrial structure we have a lot of smaller cities, but also you have to be aware of what is the orientation of the companies. Are they export orientated? Are they on the local market? Because that also comes with the volatility associated with it.
Looking at it, I think what you just said about headquarters of French CAC 40 in Paris, yes, that's right, but they are slimming down a little bit the headquarters in Paris and getting part of the back office outside Paris. So if you see this kind of move outside Paris, that they say, well, yes, the directoire, conseil d'administration, and all what is around it, strategy, should be in the center, being close to politicians and whatever is around, yes. But we would like the accounting department and human resources and all that should go outside, only for cost reasons. So that is something we see, and we see also people who are happy to accompany the CAC 40 in this effort to, to move out of the city with part of their business. That is done without a lot of rumors in the newspapers. It's simply done because the old address stays. So it's not always obvious what they have done. So that's one thing what we see. Foreigners getting really into France for buying Nantes or Lyon. Lyon, I think 5 years back or 7 years back, around the train station. Yes, it was a big attractivity. Everybody was saying as soon as there's a new TGV line opening, connecting Paris with Lyon, with Reims, with Marseille, we had really an increase of value in real estate and a lot of development in the cities around the train station. But I don't see anybody of our clientele currently getting in these secondary quote-unquote cities in France doing really a big deal. What you see from time to time, people who are investing in hotels. There's a complete different story. There we are not talking about office space or something else. Hotels might be that they're very interested in the south of France, in cities where you would not think that a lot of investment is going on, but they do low-budget hotels, for example. I don't know if you read in the newspapers yesterday, I think, Francia de Mur, who is only investing in hotel, they have raised 180 million euros only for investment in low-budget hotels. 180 million for me does mean 360 million in investment size for them. So I think that's a different asset class, but there I think they're going also then in the regions with that asset class. Other investors are coming from Asia, coming from also from Dubai and Abu Dhabi. They are more looking into the French market. They are looking for location. The return on investment is not as important as you could imagine, because they think in 1 or 2 generation terms, and even not in 10 or 15 years. So that is also a completely different kind of investor. And so far, yes, they buy things in Paris. Yes, they can imagine to buy also a 5-star hotel for $500 million, because they say, well, it's the right location. 20 years time, we will talk once again about what the value of that specific thing will be. So I think I don't see any foreigner getting really outside. Private equity is coming in great. They would like to take up a little bit the role of the financier for construction work, so for developers. As we already heard earlier, banks, credit institutions don't like the investment blanc, as we say in France. So they would like to do that if the location is right. And there we come back once again to location, doing it in a kind of a joint venture mood, where they can get in 5 or 6 years' time. It's only the question what their time frame is for seeing the market coming back, getting their money out of the transaction, not now, but in 5, 6 years, with the TRE, which is beyond 25, what most of the people are projecting. So that's what we see.